What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod coming back with a brand new video. And as you guys know, I'm a full-time eBay and PoshMark seller. So if you guys enjoy content about eBay and about PoshMark and how to be more successful, definitely subscribe to the channel because I'm putting out a lot of content. And make sure you like this video, that way it can, broaden the reach and more people can find it in their feed. And if you have any comments, any questions or suggestions for future videos, drop that in the comment section below. So let's get into it. So as you guys know, I just dropped a video on one of the mistakes I made about cross-posting or cross-listing, whatever you want to call it, on eBay and on PoshMark. So if you guys didn't check that one out, I'll put that in the cards and in the description below. But I also wanted to share other tips, or not really tips. They're going to be tips for you, but they were mistakes that I made in the past when I first started selling on eBay, and it wasted a lot of money, I wasted a lot of time, and it just wasn't conducive in really running a successful eBay business. So I still make mistakes all the time, trust me. Like, some of the stuff on this list that I just made was literally things from like 2 or 3 weeks ago that I just thought of, that I just made the other day. So don't even, if you're an experienced seller or you are just starting out, don't trip. You're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna learn as you go, and as long as you continue to do what you need to do and you don't give up and you don't quit, you're gonna be successful in this business. And hopefully this can help you not make the same mistakes that I made, or just improve your business just a little better. So let's get into it. Now, one of the first mistakes that I made when I first started selling on eBay was the fact that I did not have a home printer. Now basically I would just make a sale and then pack it up, write it down, like write the address and all my information on the label, and then take it to the post office, wait about 10 to 15 minutes in line, and then pay in cash or pay with my card, and then carry on. But that wastes so much money and so much time in the overall scheme of building a business. Now if you have your own home printer, what that does, number one, it saves you time because you don't have to wait online in the post office. You basically just print it out, and as long as you're shipping your stuff from eBay, you don't have to update the tracking information with the little receipt that the post office gives you. So that also helps save time. But when you're printing at home from eBay, they give you a shipping discount, and that saves a ton of money throughout the year. Now sometimes it might be 70 cents and sometimes it might be as much as $3 or $4 depending on the size of the package. So if you guys are trying to sell on eBay, one of the first things you should get, one of the seller tools, is getting a home printer. My next tip actually goes along with that. Now at first I had a regular inkjet printer and I was wasting a lot of money on ink because the more items I started to ship, the more ink I was using, and as we all know, ink is not cheap. That shit will cost anywhere between 25 and 40 bucks. So it's something that you have to, account for when it comes to your expenses. And I was really just tired of spending that money. So I went ahead and bought a Dymo thermal printer. Now, I'm not gonna try and sell you guys Dymo. I mean, Dymo's cool, I like it, but just get a thermal printer because that'll definitely help save a lot of time because it prints super fast, and you will also save money on ink because it's a thermal printer and you basically just have to buy rolls and you don't have to buy ink. And although the rolls can get expensive, you literally can buy 600 rolls for like 25 bucks on eBay or Amazon or wherever you like to buy your stuff from. So I think that's a much better investment and just helps make your business even more efficient. The next thing that I do all the time, and you would think after a couple years of experience I would stop doing this, but it's one of the mistakes I continuously make, and that's wasting money on items that don't have a resale value. Now I made a video on how to check for comps and things like that, so I'll throw that in the cards and in the description. But one thing that I constantly do is if I find an item, especially if it's brand new with the tags, I will get so excited and just grab it up, not necessarily do my research, and once I get home and I realize this item, just because it's new, it doesn't sell, it pisses me off every time. So one thing I will tell you guys to do is always do your research before you buy it, even if it's brand new with the tags, even if it's a brand that you're accustomed to selling to. Just make sure you double check before you make that purchase, because wasting that $5 or $10 or even $20 a few times a month is a lot of money, and I waste a lot of money each month.
I'll make it rain all day
alone. So if you guys can learn anything from this video, just do your research and stop buying items that have a terrible resale value, because you're wasting time and you're wasting money. Another mistake that I made on eBay not too long ago was buying a fake. And the thing that of course I didn't know it was fake at the time. It was a soccer jersey that I've sold several times, but I got flagged on eBay and they basically took my listing down and told me that the jersey was fake, and I got a strike on my account. Now the thing with these strikes on your account is if you get 3 or 4, I'm not exactly sure how many strikes you can get, but you can basically get suspended from eBay and lose a week's worth of money, or even 30 days without being able to list. So that's definitely something to be on the lookout for. If you have doubts about purchasing that item, just leave it alone. Don't buy it. Just say it's money saved, and you know, just go ahead with your business and just buy stuff that you're more familiar with. Because at the end of the day, it's definitely not worth the risk, and it's not worth the trouble. My next huge mistake that I used to make all the time was I didn't buy poly bags. For some reason, I was buying my bags from other stores and like Dollar Tree and stuff like that. Of course, in the moment you're like, well, those poly bags, they're more expensive, but trust me, you're saving a lot of time because you don't have to keep running back to the dollar store to buy more shipping supplies. And those poly bags are like 15 to 10 cents per bag in the grand scheme of things, so they're really not as expensive, and you can get like 200 bags on eBay or on Amazon for like 20 bucks. And if you have an eBay store, eBay gives you a $25 coupon to use for shipping supplies, and you could get your shipping supplies basically for free every quarter. So why not go ahead and use those coupons and, you know, just be a more efficient seller. Last but certainly not least, one thing that I do all the time, and I'm trying to get out of that, is buying things that I know has a problem, but I'm thinking to myself, oh, I can fix that. No, it's no big deal. I can clean that up. And trust me, every time I buy something that has a stain and I throw it in the wash thinking I can get rid of the stain never comes out. So listen to me, trust me, if you see something with a stain or a little tear or a little hole, a minor imperfection, you're better off just leaving it alone, because you don't want to sell junk. You don't want to sell things that, you know, isn't good or isn't of quality. And the number one thing is that you don't want to lie and say something is perfect or it's in excellent condition, and then in the back of your mind, you know, it has a little hole behind the sleeve that nobody will ever see. And then when the buyer returns it and says there was a little hole, you get upset with the buyer. So just trust me, when there's things with flaws or things like that that you might find in the thrift store, just leave it alone, move on, and consider it money saved. Because I have a whole pile of stuff that I buy that has a little hole, a little stain. Some things I've seen, some things I didn't see until it was too late, and it's just a ton of money that's wasted each and every month, and it's not worth the time. So that's all I have for today's video. If you guys learned anything, make sure you smash that like button, and if you didn't like it, still smash that like button, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I'm putting out a lot of content to help eBay and PoshMark sellers be successful. Also, if you have any comments, any questions, any suggestions, drop it in the comment section and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.